I would just like to say this off the bat. I guess we are breaking news right here. Joe Biden's nominee groped me. Whoever she is, she groped me. I was terrified. It was horrible. I was at a party and she groped me. And it's traumatized me and it's affected the course of my life. And if you give me a little while longer, I'm sure I can muster up some tears. I have exactly as much proof that happened as Christine Blasey Ford had about Brett Kavanaugh. So I just want that on the table now so the journalists can start digging into whoever the nominee is. She totally groped me, and it was terrible, and she should not be on the Supreme Court. Okay, we've established that? Okay, good. Should we Kavanaugh the nominee? And I'm not talking about boofing or any parties with squee. I'm saying, should we smear the nominee, dig through their personal life, and come up with some cockamamie story to try to derail the Supreme Court nominee? I don't think we should lie. The Democrats lied about Brett Kavanaugh. They just completely lied. They made stuff up. They had zero evidence. We have no evidence that Christine Blasey Ford ever met Brett Kavanaugh. And then when you move beyond Christine Blasey Ford to Julie Swetnick, that was the client of Michael Avenatti, the criminal lawyer. I'm not saying he's a criminal attorney. I'm saying he's a lawyer who also is a criminal, and the Democrats had on their news networks constantly. Julie Swetnick, who said that Brett Kavanaugh ran some kind of gang-raping underground party. Obviously, there was no evidence whatsoever that she ever met Kavanaugh. That was completely discredited. And with Christine Blasey Ford, she never mustered even one tiny shred of proof that the two knew one another. Should we do that to the Democrats? No, I don't think we should lie. I don't think that we should do something immoral for a good end, the good end being keeping a liberal off the court. I don't think the ends justify the means. I'm not even saying we should make the process a living hell for the nominee, but I do think we should make it a living purgatory. I do. I think that we don't want to make it a living hell because we don't want to put ourselves in the position of the devil, but we should make it pretty hot, pretty fiery, pretty difficult. We should make this a truly miserable experience for whoever the nominee is. And the reason for that is, it is the only way to make this process better. Democrats started it. Democrats are the reason that Supreme Court nominations are so miserable. They started it with Robert Bork, Ronald Reagan's nominee for the Supreme Court. They didn't like that Robert Bork disagreed with Roe versus Wade, meaning they didn't like that Robert Bork was literate and that he could read the Constitution. So they hated that, and Ted Kennedy stood on his soapbox and said that in Robert Bork's America, women would be dying of back alley abortions, and he was a racist and a thisist and a thatist, and this hideous, dishonest character attack on Bork, and they get rid of Bork. Now we have a verb. It's called borking, when you bork a nominee, and it's only gotten worse since. The next time we really saw this happen was Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas, who the Democrats attempted to lynch in the metaphorical sense. Thomas called it a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deigned to think for themselves. Then they did it again, obviously, to Brett Kavanaugh, a little bit to Amy Barrett, not as much. They've done this a lot. The only way to make this better is for it not to only be one-sided. If the Democrats can't get away with it, they might think twice the next time. It's like the bully on the playground. The way to stop bullying on the playground is not to never fight back against the bully. The way to stop bullying on the playground is to punch the bully right in the nose. And when you punch the bully right in the nose, you know what happens? You get less bullying. Well, it's the same thing here with Supreme Court nomination fights. When you push back a little bit, when you give as good as you can get on digging through the past, on the giving these people the second degree, then you have a much better chance of a more orderly and civilized confirmation battle. I'm so glad you found this video, because I have been told by a number of you out there that even though you have rung the bell and subscribed to this channel, you're not getting notifications when the new videos come out. That's kind of strange. I wonder why that might be, YouTube. So if you want to get notifications and the full uncensored show for free, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe, leave a 5-star review to The Michael Knowles Show. We'll see you next time.